What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Movie the Diamond Line coming to you live from the Diamond Line Sports Network, here to talk some boxing with you today. As you can see from the title of the video, this will be my top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world today, right now, at this moment, coming off of the big fight last night. What an exciting matchup. I'm sure everyone's heard about the results by now. I will have clips in this video, and we'll just start right there since we're coming off of the big fight. We will start with my pound for pound. This is in no particular order at the moment. Terrence Crawford. I'm starting there because he had his fight recently. So Terrence Crawford is in my top 5 pound for pound. Honestly, potentially at 1. Potentially at 1. Honestly, yeah. Terrence might be my #1 pound for pound fighter in the world right now. He did win his fight last night. He did beat Errol Spence in dominating fashion. Honestly, a bludgeoning. It was not really that close, and I was very surprised about honestly just how great Terrence looked is something that I'm very inspired by. Like, he pulled that really off, and there was a lot of pressure around this fight. And shout out to Errol Spence as well, who had he showed a lot of heart, y'all. And we can't bury people on the internet whenever they challenge themselves. I think that's completely unfair, especially in a sport like fighting, in a place like boxing. If we bury everybody every time they lose, these guys aren't going to want to make these events and these big fights happen. So let's keep showing love to Errol Spence too, who I don't have far off of this list at all. Honestly, had he won last night, he probably would have been #1 on my pound for pound list. But I am starting with Terrence Bud Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska, at pound for pound. And what's the main reason for it for me? It's really because he's unified so many divisions. He's been the undisputed champion of multiple divisions, and he's the first male to do so. Another person that did that is also on my list. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, collecting all the belts means something to me. Might not mean nothing to you. Nobody might not care about it, but it means something to me if you're collecting all of the belts and if you're hunting down the champions and the people at the top of the rankings. I'm going to respect you more than the next person. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm not mentioning the tanks or the I'm sure there's some people that aren't going to be on this list that's going to shock a couple people, but I respect champions and people that chase champions. That's just kind of how we get down around here. Moving on from Terrence Bud Crawford, up next I have Claressa Shields. I believe Claressa has been dominant. I do believe Clarissa's starting to wear down a little bit. Her last fight was not overly impressive to me, but when we're talking about the state of boxing and where she stands right now, I have Claressa Shields probably as my number. This is up there for me, y'all. Moving through 3 divisions, dominating all those weight classes in the way she did, and being the first fighter, period, male or female, to be undisputed at multiple weight divisions like that. I have a lot of respect for what Claressa has accomplished. And what she did to Savannah was very impressive to me. Like I said, she does look like she's wearing down a little bit. She did get knocked down in one of her recent fights. So I really do think that, she could either be coming towards the end of her run or there's an adjustment that needs to be made. But for what Claressa has accomplished up until this point, and with how she's pushed female fighting to the forefront, so now got people like Alicia Baumgartner can step up, and Michaela Myers can step up. All these other females can step up. I really respect what Claressa has done for the sport, and that, as much as her undisputed status, is why I have her so high on my pound for pound list. Moving on. Now, number three for me. And honestly, number 3 could easily be number 2 or number 1, but I got Devin Haney. I have the young, great Devin the Dream Haney. Shout out to Bill Haney. Shout out to Oaktown. Listen, Devin impresses me every single year. He improves year to year. He grows. He gets more knowledgeable. And the thing that is particularly fascinating to me about Devin's run is his willingness to put it all on the line so early. Going to different countries, putting himself in uncomfortable situations promotion-wise, chasing down all the belts, becoming undisputed, because that was the thing. Everyone teased him about being a quote-unquote paper champion or email champion, but then when I look up, he has all the championships. So how is he a paper champion or an email champion? whatever. That's another story for another day. So I have Devin Haney on this list simply for being the youngest undisputed champion in the history of the sport, and also for being so composed and so professional this entire time. So I really, really appreciate everything that he's been able to get done in a very short amount of time. I look forward to see what his future can be, and I would really, really love to see him go against Tank and break that down on my channel. That would be great. Him versus Shakur would be great. And I think they announced that he'll be fighting Regis Prograis soon. So we got a lot of exciting fights laying ahead for Devin Haney. But for what he's done all the way up until this point, beating George Kambosos twice, hunting down the championships like he has, stepping up so early in his age, I have Devin Haney number 3 right now, pound for pound, in the entire mother world. At number 4, I have Alexander Usyk. Now, this one's pretty easy to me, and I don't want to keep it too short. We've done a few Usyk videos on the channel, but the thing to me that gets me about Usyk is just how seamless his transition has been. It reminds me so much of Holyfield, not in fight style, but in just in the results. I mean, here's a guy that collected all the belts, right, at light heavyweight, got all of them, every single last one of them, moves up to heavyweight, and immediately defeats Anthony Joshua, not once, but twice. Just completely puts a halt to a lot of the things that a lot of people thought about Joshua. Not that Andy didn't already expose him a little bit, but yeah, I have big respect for Usyk for doing that. And part of the reason he's so high on my list is it's not just about what he's done or could do at heavyweight. It's really about what he's already done. So if I'm being completely honest, there's a couple names on this list that could slip off in the very near future, just because I don't see them having as dominant a second half of their career as they had in the first half. Like the Clarissas or the Usyks, or something might happen. They can get knocked off, they can get knocked out, whatever the case may be. But for what they've done up until this point in 2023, I have Usyk inside of my top 5 pound for pound fighters in the world. And at number, what are we on, 5 now? I think we're on 5. Monster Inoue. Now, this one could be a little bit overblown. I'm going to go ahead and say that. But the reason I decided to go with Monster over a few other candidates that I saw out there was, once again, dominance over weight divisions, hunting champions. I told you that I like that out of people. I like it when guys hunt champions. And when you talk about hunting champions, this dude jumped up multiple weight classes and challenged the top dog at 122. I mean, you talk about some serious guts. To do that without any tune-up fight or tune-up training camps, like, that shows so much self-belief and boxing acumen. And we knew that Inoue's power was going to be a problem in that fight. Broke that down on the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to be right and save your money for future bets. But yeah, I do have Inoue inside of my top 5 pound for pound right now. I look forward to seeing what Inoue is going to do moving forward with his career. And it's really just, I thought very highly of Stephen Fulton. And I was not expecting someone to be able to come up in weight and immediately challenge him that easily and take his belts like that easily. And that's really why I have vaulted. Inoue was not in my top 5 pound for pound before that. A lot of people already had him there. I did not. But I do have him there now, and he's barely in it. He's at number 5, but he is in my top 5 pound for pound boxers in the world. And honestly, if I'm being completely transparent, he's probably one of my favorite fighters to watch fight right now. If not my favorite to watch fight right now. So that's my top 5 pound for pound, everybody. I want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel, all the early subscribers, the comments, the likes, the views. I appreciate y'all. Please make sure to continue to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your host, Mooga the Diamond Lion, and I am out. Peace. Quick shout out to Jamel Charlo and Canelo Alvarez. I'm just not a big fan of either one, so I literally forgot. Y'all don't go crazy over that.